much about. You gotta put it in perspective.
Let me ask you a question. I have a question. We're gonna take a little short quiz here. How many people are doing really well today? Can we have some thumbs up for all those that are doing well? Yay!
If you don't mind, I will begin at the beginning.
It's a new day. Let's get going.
1, 2, 3. Bad boy! 4, 5, 6.
VIG!
Hi, it's Vince with Sham Wow. You'll be saying wow every time you use this towel. It's like a chamois, it's like a towel, it's like a sponge. A regular towel doesn't work wet. This works wet or dry. This is for the house, the car, the boat, the RV. Sham Wow holds 20 times its weight in liquid. Look at this. It just does the work.
That seems unlikely.
My first memory is I just love the buffets in Las Vegas. I love the flan. It has a lot of sugar. And it tastes less fattening because it's European dessert. And then I just like some of the syrup, flan syrup.
And now.
Do fat people repulse you?
Yes.
That answer is true.
Our feature presentation.
Answer is true. Morning, everybody. Brand new Kevin and Bean Show. It is Monday, the 8th of July. How about that?
Wow, July's flying by.
It's almost over. We want to start today with a strange story. You saw the story over the weekend of the Asiana plane crash in San Francisco.
Yes.
Where they think that it was an absolutely fine plane. It was just pilot error, which you don't really ever see.
Hardly
There's
ever.
always something wrong with the plane. And in this particular case, it seems like there wasn't.
Yeah.
But and a bunch of people got off. But there's one person, and you just got to go, you know what, it's my time. It was my time. Because what are there, millions of flights a day? Would you say millions?
Absolutely.
And how many of them crash? It's infinitesimal. The odds against it are crazy.
Yeah.
So one person gets off the plane and is fine and is walking away, and an ambulance on the way to the crash runs them over.
Yeah.
Now, at that point, you just go, it was my time.
It's the saddest story ever. It's like that Chinese schoolgirl.
I just survived a plane accident, a 777. Huge plane. And I survived. Boom!
Yeah.
And
it's
then,
unbelievable.
I mean, really, and the rest of the family has to go, look, what are you going to do? The dude survived the plane crash and then got run over by an ambulance or one of the first responders. I mean, it's your time to go. Just give it up and say, all right.
We might need a new system.
We out.
You know? There may be a problem with how that whole thing works.
With how they
Just
run over
saying.
passengers that just got off the plane?
Yes.
Well, it was, it's a unique, ironic, crazy situation.
Yeah.
You don't see the first thing happen ever, and then the second thing happened, and you just go, well, that person really just probably, probably death had been coming for that person for a long time.
Been dodging it all this
yes,
time.
And so then it was the plane crash, and then death's like, come on, what does it take? Ran over with an ambulance, so that's
the saddest part of the whole thing, I heard.
That's good times. All right, let's talk about today's Kevin and Bean Show, shall we? We have Jim Rash and Ned Faxon, who are from a movie called The Way, Way Back.
Which looks great.
Which is great.
You saw it?
I saw it yesterday. My wife chose it. And I was like, come on. I've never even heard of that movie. How good can it be? She's like, it's supposed to be really good. So I was like, all right, I always pick bad movies. You can pick them. And so she took me to the movie, and it was great.
Awesome.
Who knew?
Glad to hear that.
Anthony Jeselnik will be in the studio talking about the Jeselnik Offensive, which comes back tomorrow night.
Okay.
Very excited about that. That is the most offensive show on TV, including Tosh.
That's saying something.
So that is saying something. We have Dax Holt from TMZ.com.
Catch
we
us
have
up,
Tadoff Switler talking about her new fragrance. Very excited about that.
Okay.
And your calls on the 4th of July disasters, as that seems to happen to our audience, and myself, to be honest, more than most people.
I was going to say you, more than anyone I know.
Well, I was given some really good advice that I should lay low this year, perhaps.
Really?
Yeah.
Like people know now.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was
the
like
man knows.
5 years in a row. The man was starting to get annoyed with me. So anyway, so we'll take your calls today on that as well. We'll take a break and we will come back with the Showbiz Beat, and that is next.
It's Kevin and Bean on KROQ. K-Rock.
I am a genius. I'll tell you why just after the top of the hour.
Well, it's just a given. It's just obvious. You don't have to tell us.
I mean, I think most people understand that.
Just
but
have to look at you. Just have to listen to you.
another reason why, though, just after the top of the hour. Time for the Showbiz Beat. Here's Ralph.
Speaking of genius, have you heard about the Coke bottle? It's made entirely of ice.
No.
I had this idea years ago, and like a fool, I did nothing about it. And now here it is. It's going to be the biggest thing in the world. And what do I get? Bupkis.
Nothing.
Zero.
How's it going to be the biggest thing in the world?
Because it's a bottle made out of ice.
Right.
So you drink your cold Coca-Cola in a bottle made of ice.
Right.
But then doesn't it melt?
Doesn't the bottle
That's
melt?
the beauty. What could be more green? What could be more friendly
I
to the
see.
environment than you put the bottle down when you're done and it just melts into water, Lisa. It just goes away.
But what if you're
Bad
still
for
looking at
my
me?
You're
living
looking at
room.
me like this is a bad idea. It's a genius idea.
But what if you're not drinking it fast enough? Then you're holding the bottle, it starts to melt.
Well,
and
get
Coke
a
goes
move
everywhere.
on. Get a move on then.
Don't babysit it. Just go ahead and down it.
Apparently, it's only available right now in Colombia, South America.
That's where they do the most good work for the
Coke for
environment.
Coke.
Coke for Coke.
And it's been a huge hit with beachgoers there.
Coke bottle
Well,
made
that
out of
makes
ice.
sense.
Imagine you're in the beach and a guy's hawking Coke, and you
Sure.
go, "Yeah, I'll take one." And you got an ice bottle, and you're drinking Coca-Cola, ice cold Coca-Cola,
Right.
And you just put it down in the sand, and it's gone.
That's pretty cool.
It's amazing, and I had the idea years ago.
What'd you do about that?
Nothing. No word whether it'll come to the States or not. Apparently, they have to get the water frozen into bottle shapes at 13 below zero.
I was going to say it would have to be, especially on the beach, really frozen to stay that way for a while.
And then they fill it with Coke, and they have a rubber band around it that you hold the bottle with because it's too cold to hold.
Right.
But genius. Kevin, you're a genius, but you didn't come up with that idea.
I did
That's
not,
all I'm
no.
telling you. All right, let's
Although, had I come up with that idea, I would have done something about it.
probably. Let's take a look at the weekend box office as we do every Monday morning, the long holiday weekend. Despicable Me was the big hit. Over $82 million made it number one at the box office this weekend. If you factor in.
love that movie.
Oh, did you go to see that? Oh, the little cute yellow guys who are like helping him. Oh, I like Gru. He's so good. Yeah,
Nobody more excited about the movie than
big,
Dave.
big hit over the 3-day weekend. And then if you add in the holiday screenings since Wednesday, it came in around $140 million.
Wow.
So, not bad for a movie that cost around $75 million to make. They're already well in the black. The Lone Ranger was the big disappointment over the weekend for Disney. Just about $30 million. Made it number 2 at the box
Wow,
office.
that is surprising.
Yeah.
I saw that. I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
It's long, but I liked it.
Yeah, could have used a little trim, but I thought it was fun. Mm-hmm. The Heat was 3rd, Monsters University, and then World War Z coming in at number 5. Excuse me. White House Down was 6th. Man of Steel, Kevin Hart, Let Me Explain, his comedy concert video, made $10 million. That was good enough to make it number 8. This is the end. This is the end. And then Now You See Me, rounding out the top 10. A lot of people getting married in show business. Scandal star Kerry Washington married 49er Namde Asamoah.
Oh, she going to take his name?
I don't believe so. Kerry Asamoah would not look so good on a marquee. He, of course, is a cornerback for the 49ers. They got married on June the 24th, and they just finally announced it this weekend. And star of Arrow and Captain Jack from Torchwood, Scott Barrowman, and his longtime partner, Scott Gill, finally got married over the holiday weekend on July the 2nd. So congratulations to those guys.
See the bad dude in Arrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was also in, you watched Torchwood?
Yeah.
Captain Jack. Yeah. Kris Jenner's new talk show hasn't even started yet, and people are already saying it's a failure. Oh, I get such a glee from this story. According to Star Magazine. Now, this is going to come as a surprise to you, but she apparently is ticking off the staff by acting like a diva. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine her walking in there with no track record whatsoever and not having any experience as a talk show host and yet still being just a raving bitch to everyone and making their life a living hell? Can you
Those
imagine
people
that?
must be lying. Everything we know about her.
Right. She's a gem, right?
Oh.
She's a peach. producers apparently aren't too happy about her weak guest list either. Seems like no one wants to go on her show to be a guest, and so they're struggling to find people. She invited Kanye West to be her first interview. He politely declined, according to all sources. So that ain't going to happen. Is reportedly finishing up her stint at the Cliffside Malibu rehab. When she gets out, she's going to head back to New York, apparently, to get out of the glaring Hollywood paparazzi lenses.
Plus, there's no partying in New York, so that's good.
Well, she's going to move into her the Long Island home of her mother, Dina. Dina said she can't wait to get Lindsay home. I kid you not. Her plan is to throw a giant pool party to celebrate Lindsay's return.
Well, I think she gets it. Right?
Poor girl doesn't have a chance.
She never did.
She really is just...
Both parents. You can't tell which are worse.
Man. Amanda Bynes says Drake is ugly. Just an update for any of your Amanda Bynes if you're behind on her Twitter feed.
Yeah, because the last I saw was she wants him to have her baby again.
No, now she says she's in love with someone else.
Okay.
This was her tweet. In love with someone else who I do not follow on Twitter, who is the most gorgeous man I know.
Okay.
Then she tweeted that Drake comes in a close second to being the most gorgeous man she knows. Then she tweeted, Drake is ugly. Then she tweeted, he must have that disease that makes young people look like old people because he looks like he's about 80.
Okay.
So
it's hard to keep up with her.
For her, it's hard to keep up for her.
Yeah.
Imagine being Amanda Bynes. You constantly have all those voices coming out of your head.
I want to marry you. I want you to have my baby. You're ugly.
You're ugly. You look 80. And while we're talking about talk shows, as we were at Kris Jenner's, the producers of The View are reportedly talking about replacing Joy Behar, who is just hard to listen to on any level.
That whole show's unwatchable.
Yeah. But with Jenny McCarthy.
Oh, really?
Talk about from the frying pan into the fire.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
that would almost get me to watch.
Would it really?
Yeah, just because, at least for a little bit, it sounds like the worst idea ever. It really does.
You might be watching some train wreck television. And while we're talking about people with who are known for showing off their boobs, David Arquette had a great weekend, a better weekend than us, I'm guessing. He was in Vegas. Well, Kevin, you were in Vegas last week.
Boobies. I like boobies.
Yeah. But did you go topless skydiving with the ladies from the Hustler Club in Vegas?
What? That's a thing?
That's what David Arquette... Well, it's not that you can't sign up for it.
Well...
Yeah, it's not a Groupon. It was an event called the Flight of the Tatas.
Boobs.
And it was to raise money for breast cancer research.
How am I not on whatever mailing list that is?
And so they had a group of the ladies from the Hustler Club skydive with their boobies flapping in the breeze. Now, here's the thing. It's against regulations in Vegas to skydive topless. You can't do it.
They actually have a law about it.
Yes, they do.
In
Lisa.
Las Vegas?
Yes. It's illegal.
Giant-size cans.
So what the gals did was they jumped out of the planes nude, and then they put on bikinis as they went down, and by the time they landed, they were wearing bikinis.
All of them?
Yes.
Somebody had to struggle.
I was thinking, how hard would it be to put on a bikini midair while you're plummeting towards the earth? These girls are talented.
That's pretty goddamn impressive.
That's what I'm saying.
It is.
Today's celebrity birthdays. Jeffrey Tambor is 69 years old today. He's great in everything he does.
Yeah.
Angelica Houston is 62. Kevin Bacon turns 55. That bastard age, you bastard.
I know.
Toby Keith is 53. Andy Fletcher, keyboardist for Depeche Mode, is 52. Singer Joan Osborne turns 51. Actor Billy Crudup is 45 years old. Beck's 43. Milo Ventimiglia, you know him from Heroes, 36 years old. Actress Sophia Bush. Do we have no bell? There we go. Is 31 years old today. And Jaden Smith. Oh, super talented actor, rapper, raconteur, Jaden Smith. Today's my birthday. Today I'm 15. Douche.
It's the coolest of the coolest. It's the smoothest of the smoothest. It's the crudest and the rudest of the stupid kids. Mr. Vicious with his missus blowing kisses to his mistress and his missus blowing riches like some hooligans. I wasn't tripping.
You love him.
Horrible. I'm Ralph Garman. I walk the showbiz beat.
The Kevin and Bean Show on KROQ.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
KROQ.
First, I got to tell you about how I was a genius in Las Vegas. Doesn't happen very often.
You are a genius.
Genius, yeah. I'm a genius.
Did you invent the ice Coke bottle?
I did not. No.
Then I have no time for you,
But
sir.
I would have done something about it had I thought of it. No, I was in Vegas for EDC, the Electric Daisy Carnival. It's EDM festival, and it's 3 nights, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday we go, and it's a nightmare to get out to that place. It's at the Speedway in Vegas. Have you ever been out there?
I have not, no.
It's not that far, and it takes about 6 hours to get there and 6 hours to get
Well,
back.
it's like a small city worth of people.
Yeah,
at this
it's
thing,
125,000 people or something like that. So we go Friday night, and we can't get a cab back until, I don't know, 7:30 a.m.
Jeez.
The sun had come up, and, you know, when you're in Vegas and you go there the day before, and then the sun comes up, you go, all right, I could use a nap.
That hurts.
At this point.
At this point, you're probably out of ecstasy, too, so that's got to be a bummer. Your glow sticks are all extinguished.
So all this is a setup for the fact that I'm a genius.
All right. Okay.
So then Saturday night, party bus makes it a little easier.
Party bus! I'm a party bus.
Makes it a little easier to get there and back. And then Sunday, I'm going to play the World Series of Poker. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, I'm ready.
That's a weekend, man.
Right?
Yeah.
So I go on Sunday, and I am not in the best shape of my life on Sunday.
I find that hard to believe.
So the tournament starts at noon, and I'm out by 2.
Whoa.
2 p.m. It's a 3-day tournament.
Wow.
Out by 2
Never
p.m.
been out faster.
Never faster, no. Nope. And I don't know what to do. Like, I get
That must be some sort of record. Do they give you some sort of participation ribbon or a trophy or something?
You do here's how you plan. It's a 3-day tournament. So you plan noon to midnight or 1 a.m. That's how long you play in these tournaments. And then the next day is the same.
Yeah.
And then maybe the third day is. So you plan for all that. And then 2 hours in, you go, now what? It's Sunday and it's 2 p.m. and I'm out.
Wow.
Now what do I do? So I thought, I should go back to EDC because that was fun. It was a good time.
Still going on.
And Dave and Omar and everybody from the station had already come back on Sunday because they had to work on Monday and I was on vacation.
Right.
So I was by myself. So I thought, well, I'm gonna go back out there, but I'm gonna do it right. So I after I left the WSOP, the World Series of Poker, I went to the poker room and I won some money from people there. It's much easier to win money there than it is in the World Series of Poker.
Sure.
Find one idiot with a lot of money and you can make a bunch of dough. So I win $800 and I call and there's a helicopter service
Shut up.
for $600 that'll take me out to EDC and back. And I'm thinking, this isn't even my money. This is that guy's money.
No traffic, no hassle, no
Right.
worries.
So on my way back from EDC at, I don't know, 4 or something like that, I'm sitting in the front right, the back left door opens. And there's air spinning around and
Of a helicopter?
Yes, and the helicopter.
That's not what you want.
And the helicopter like stops in the air. And my first thought was, how funny is it going to be to the people at work that I died in a helicopter?
That's a helicopter
After all that time. All right. So anyway, he fixes it. Fine. We get back. It's been a long, long day. I lost. I went out to EDC. It's 4 a.m. I'm already hungover. Blah blah blah. I get out of the cab at the Rio. It's about 5 a.m.
Jesus.
And I leave my cell phone in the cab. And I was so bummed. I was like, man, this turned out to be a bad day. I need somebody there with me at all times, I think.
Yeah, you need a keeper.
I do. I need somebody just to watch over me.
A wrangler.
So I left my cell phone. And I was like, God damn it, this makes me mad. And I thought, how can I? So I went over to the guy that calls the cabs and was like, did you see what cab company that was? He was like, no. And I thought, I watched nothing but CIA TV shows. I should be able to figure this out. And I was angry. So I was like, well, how could I figure this out? So I went to security and I said, you guys have cameras everywhere, don't you? And they were like, yes, we do, sir. And I said, can you go 5 minutes back and see which cab I got out of so I can find my cell phone? And at this point, I'm like, freaking genius.
Genius.
Who'd you thought of that?
You're like Sherlock Holmes.
I'm Sherlock Holmes.
It's elementary.
I would have just called my cell phone.
All right, that's
all right. Lisa's a little bit more genius than you.
That's
maybe.
an option.
Yeah.
So he goes back.
But this is cooler,
But
Lisa. This
security
is much
cameras are
cooler.
good.
So he goes back and he can't see the company number, but he finds the cab number 6315. So
He really did that.
yes. So
I'm kind
then
of shocked.
he gives me. You should be shocked at me. I'm a genius. So he gives me a list of 12 cab companies, and I call all of them, and most of them don't have a cab 6315. So I was like,
Good.
this
You're
is
narrowing
great.
it down.
Narrowing it down.
Wow.
I find the one that does. I leave my
Person
home.
of interest.
Right. I find the one company that has the 6315, and I leave them my home phone number, and I go to bed, and I think, I am a freaking genius. And about 2 hours later, my wife calls, and she goes, I got your phone. I emailed her when I got back to the room. Lost my phone, blah, blah, blah. She called, and she goes, I got your phone. I said, how? And she said, I called it. And it wasn't until then that I thought I could have just dialed my number. But that's not as cool. Right, but it took an hour and a half my way.
He called 12 companies.
I called 12 different companies. But I narrowed it down. I got the number, and she said, you called it, right? And I've learned just not to try.
You're killing me.
I've learned just not to try and snow my. She knows me, so she knows beyond the shadow of a doubt that I didn't, and she finds this extremely funny because I
As do I.
in my email I was like, oh, it took an hour and a half, but I was really smart, and I went back to the security camera and all that kind of stuff. She said, yeah, the cab driver just answered and said, yeah, I was waiting for somebody to call. Just went and got it the next day.
Sure, if you want to do it the easy way.
Right. Anybody could just call your own cell phone.
Lazy.
Right.
Lazy wife.
But let's see her find it my way.
Boom.
Right?
Right.
Who's with me?
I'm with you.
Right.
These DJs are superstars.
Kevin and Bean on KROQ.
First, though, it's time to talk to Dax Holt from TMZ.com. Dax, welcome.
Good morning. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Lisa.
Hello.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was awesome. I didn't have to do anything. I just got to sit by the pool and relax.
That doesn't seem possible for anybody that works at TMZ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it seems like you would have 2 or 3 cell phones, and they'd be going off at all times.
I'm not saying that my cell phone didn't go off
All
this
right.
weekend, but I did get to enjoy most of the weekend.
TMZ is on Fox, of course, Monday to Friday, 6 p.m., and then 7 more times, and then TMZ Live is on at 4 p.m. on Fox.
Well
So
done.
true. It's like
Dax-
anytime you turn on Fox. Oh, God,
Dax,
TMZ again.
let's talk about Kobe Bryant and Dwight Howard. Kobe really took a swipe at Dwight. I mean, this is
the lowest you can do, you guys.
I mean, I don't know what else you can do to somebody that is worse.
Yeah, so obviously Dwight, he's head to the Rockets, and which ticked off Kobe, so he did what anyone else would do, and he unfollowed him on Twitter.
He did not.
He did.
Unfollowed Dwight.
What
Can
a
you believe it?
bitch move.
Unbelievable. Dwight must have been crushed.
I love that that's how, people, take swipes at each other these days. It's like, well, I'm going to unfollow you on
I'm
Twitter.
going to unfollow you on Twitter.
And then you're going to know I really don't like you enough. And I might even go to the next level, and I may unfriend you on Facebook, too.
Oh, I don't know that he wants to go that far.
Low.
Let's not be crazy. I don't know if you saw the fight over the weekend, Dax, from TMZ, but did you see the Anderson Silva fight, Chris Weidman?
Yeah, it was pretty damn awesome.
Anderson Silva, who they announced, Joe Rogan is the announcer there, probably 15 times before the fight, 25 times before the fight, is that he's the greatest UFC fighter of all time, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 then gets knocked out.
Then gets knocked out. He goes out and he's just clowning and he's like, come on, punch me. I got my arms down.
Well, that was
Look.
the problem. He was too cocky in the fight, and so he's sitting there and he's got his hands down most of the time. You're like, what are you doing, dude? I look, we all know that you've been awesome for the last 7 years. You're undefeated, all that kind of stuff. But you can't get that cocky. Because then someone else will come in and they will knock your ass out.
But here's my question for you, Dax. Was it on purpose? Because to me, it totally looked like it.
Oh, you think he wasn't
I
even...
think Anderson Silva had decided, I'm done being champ. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of work. I do, because when they asked him afterwards if he wanted a rematch, he said no. Have you ever heard of a fighter
That's weird,
who's a champion who gets knocked out that says, nah, I don't need it.
I'm good with that.
I'm good. Have you ever seen that?
That is kind of weird. I guess I didn't think about it when it was happening, but now that you say it, now I'm kind of wondering.
But you do have a story up about Chris Weidman's after party, and I didn't see many details about this. What Well, because he was not supposed to beat Anderson Silva, and now he's the belt holder. So that party must have gone off.
Yeah, I mean, he went over to Surrender Nightclub at the Wynn Hotel, rolled in with 40 people at about 1:30 a.m., and Mike Miller and a couple NBA champs were there with him. But the best part was just, normally when you see someone after a fight, their face is like swollen. They've got it like,
they got some cuts, some bruises,
whatever.
Right.
He walks in, and it looks like he's totally fine.
Yeah,
Not
like he
a
hadn't even
scratch.
fought, right?
No. And there's confetti falling. He brought his belt with him, having a great time. And I'm like, this is how you should be rolling into a club with your friends.
If you're going to go into a club, being the UFC champ is the way to do it with the belt. And I would take the belt everywhere I went from now on because he's probably going to lose his next fight. But
that belt is like a part of you now. Now you
course,
just wear it.
Of course. I'd wear it to church. I'd wear it everywhere I went. Dax from TMZ.com let's talk about Tan Mom. This is a bizarre story.
Okay, so Tan Mom, she's been in rehab for the last couple of days. She went in there for alcoholism. Well, apparently over the weekend she suffers a seizure, and they immediately rush over to the local hospital. She's supposed to be in there for like 45 days. They end up keeping her for 5 hours, and then they're like, okay, she's good, and
She's
send
good.
her back to rehab.
Send her back. We don't like her.
That happened on Dr. Drew's rehab show once.
It happens a lot.
I
It's
bet it
one of the
does.
detox problems is that you can have a seizure.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, your body's used to a substance that you've been putting into it for so long, and then you take that substance away, and then your body's going to react somehow.
I thought it was kind of funny, though, that your headline was just basically that she's out of danger and back in rehab. Like that's not exactly moving forward, is it?
Listen, it's Tan Mom. We do what we can over
But
here.
here's my question, Lisa.
Yeah.
How old is Tan Mom?
She looks 68.
45 years old.
45.
That is
According
not
to TMZ,
True.
45 years old.
No
Her
way.
skin is 85, but her...
Oh, my God.
That is tragic.
I thought I would have guessed 70.
Really?
Yeah, 60, 70.
45?
45 years
45,
old.
and yet
She
we still get
sounds
photos
80.
of her topless on the beach.
Yeah, and we don't want
Guys.
those. Can you somehow get a message to her? We need to let the right people know that they should go topless, and the wrong people know we don't need to see that. Can you use your power for evil here or for good?
I think good. It's good.
Listen, when I get those photos, I have to share them with the world. I don't want to keep something like that for myself.
You don't have to do that.
So even when your eyes bleed, you go, yes, everyone else needs to see this.
Exactly. I don't want to be the only eyes bleeding in this world.
You bastard. All right, Dax Holt, thanks for joining us today. TMZ, of course, Fox Monday to Friday at 6 p.m. and then TMZ Live is at 4 p.m. on Fox. You're the best. Thank you for talking to us.
Thanks, guys.
The Kevin and Bean Show on KROQ. They're idiots.
Let's talk about Taylor Swift. She has a fragrance, and they all do. All celebrities have fragrances.
And they make a fortune.
If they're successful, they can make $100 million fortune.
Oh, my God. And who buys this stuff?
I don't know. It must be her fans.
I guess I don't know one single person who buys celebrity fragrance.
She was honored with the top prize for, quote, Celebrity Fragrance of the Year at last night's Fragrance Foundation Awards in New York City.
Who knew that existed?
What a great award that must have been. So she's got this Wonderstruck is the name of her first one. And Wonderstruck Enchanted is the name of her second one. And we thought we would catch up with Taylor this morning and just find out, what all the fragrances are about.
Okay.
Hi, Taylor Swift. Or Taylor.
Oh, my God. I can't believe you're calling me. Oh, my God. Oh,
Taylor?
Oh, my God.
Taylor, it's okay.
Oh.
Taylor, you knew we were calling.
No, I had no idea. I'm so surprised. Oh, my God. I can't believe you're calling me.
Right.
Who is this again?
It's the Kevin and Bean Show. So you won an award for your fragrance. How about that?
Oh, my God. I can't believe I won. Oh.
No, this happened over the weekend.
I can't believe I won.
You have to be able to believe it now.
I still can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Wonderstruck and then Wonderstruck Enchanted.
Yeah, Enchanted.
What does that mean exactly? How does that smell different than Wonderstruck?
Well, at first you're wonderstruck. You're like, oh my God! I
Right.
can't believe it's happening. I wonder how it happened to me. I'm wonderstruck.
Right.
And then you put on the next fragrance,
Uh-huh.
and you're like, oh my God! I'm so enchanted. I wonder how I got so enchanted. I'm wonderstruck.
Now, E! News caught up with you, and you described to them how satisfying it was to be able to start from scratch and make your own fragrance. And I'd like to suggest that you didn't start from scratch.
Well, I have a new fragrance coming out.
So you have a third?
Yes, called Taylor.
Taylor.
Oh, my God, how'd I come up with that name?
It's your own name.
Yeah.
And I did come up with that from scratch.
Okay, really, though? Because it seems like probably what happens is these fragrance companies come to you and go, smell this. It's a little different. You want to use it? You don't start from scratch.
No, first I come up with an idea.
Right.
And then it's a notion. And then it's a plan.
Right.
And then it's a concept.
Uh-huh.
And then it's a development.
But you're not a scientist. You're not in some kind of lab somewhere mixing together different scents to make your own, are you?
I am. I put on my glasses and my white lab coat and my goggles.
That doesn't happen.
I go, oh my God, I can't believe I came up with this fragrance. It's so good. It's so enchanted. I'm wonderstruck that I came up with it. My name's Taylor.
Now, how is Taylor different than Wonderstruck and Wonderstruck Enchanted?
Well, Taylor's based on my own personality.
So
it's a bitchy fragrance?
Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that to me.
It's a horrible person smelling fragrance?
No, it's based on me.
Right.
And my life.
So it smells like surprise?
Oh my God, it's so surprising when you put it on. I can't believe it smells so good. It also smells like bitterness and depression.
Does it?
Okay.
And it smells like a man walking out a door.
What does that smell like exactly?
Well, it smells like sweat and cigarettes and cheap liquor.
Oh,
and
that's nice.
then the oil here from the hinges as it slams on your face and you never see them again.
Sad.
You've had that experience a lot, though, haven't you?
Oh, my God, I have.
Yeah, you have.
This is a bummer of a phone call.
The Kevin and Bean Show. It's cool. I'm guessing it's many things. Cool is probably the one thing it's not. It's not. The world famous KROQ.
4th of July weekend just passed, and we thought it's time to do what we always like to do after a weekend like this, which is to talk about the holiday gone bad. 4th of July gone bad.
Well, once again, 4th of July, one of those holidays that defines your summer.
Yes.
It's like New Year's Eve is to the winter season. You just say, if I don't have a great 4th of July weekend, then my whole summer is shot, because this is the holiday most people get off, and they're going to party, and they're going to barbecue, and they're going to have fireworks, and they're going to have a great time, and this is going to be the biggest weekend of the summer.
I had a guy tweet me and ask me if I was in Simi Valley this weekend because he thought that I was responsible for the Simi Valley problem. They had a fireworks show.
I heard.
Where 35 people were hurt.
Oh.
I guess the stage that they had the fireworks on kind of fell partially, and it started shooting them right into the crowd.
And here's the thing about them. They are rockets.
Right.
And if they are pointed at you instead of into the sky, they can be very dangerous.
That's not necessarily good. So
No.
we're going to take your calls of 4th of July disasters, especially if it was this year, especially if it was the last couple of, 4 or 5 days, because that's always funny when things go south. I've had my share of mishaps.
Sure.
I mean,
Speaking of rockets, you fired flammables into people's homes.
They're not always controllable.
You fired them at your children. I know your children were endangered many times.
I did light the towel that my child was sitting on fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That kind of thing.
I almost, at one point, a friend of mine had me out he had a house in Malibu out on the beach, so I brought the fireworks. I was like, I'll bring fireworks, yeah.
Because, Malibu's not known for fires, so it's good to have things that are very combustible
but I'm an
out
expert.
there. You are, I forgot, you are a pyrotechnic genius.
So I lit one of the rockets, and it turned and came right at us, and we jumped out of the way, and down the beach a little way, it came probably within 6 feet of killing Danny DeVito.
Wow. And that's a
Damn
small
you,
target.
Kevin.
But he's a little guy. I mean, how do you hit a guy like that?
You really are. You're a marksman if you can fire a rocket at Danny DeVito and hit him.
Then there was another time we had all the kids together. We said, everybody stay here. This is the safe zone. First rocket right in the middle of them.
Right into the safe zone.
Right into the safe zone. So I've had my problems. I lit my head on fire. That happened.
But that's the opposite of Danny DeVito. How do you not hit your head with a firework? It's such a massive target.
It was like an ember, and it landed right in the middle of my head, and it started burning. It started burning its way down through my chin, and I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, and you cannot afford to lose anything.
How
brain-wise
dare
inside
you?
your
I
head.
could lose head size,
But you can't lose brain power.
but not brain. So 1-800-520-1067. If you had a 4th of July disaster, you call now, and we'll put you on the air and talk about it. We'll start with Doug, who is calling. Hi, Doug.
Hey, how you guys doing?
You were at the Simi Valley show?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you witnessed what happened. What went wrong in your opinion?
Well, we were about 150 yards from the stage, and next thing you know, you hear a huge explosion, and you can feel the heat from the explosion, like, on you.
150 yards away. Wow.
Yeah, then the big red firework exploded. We had all the little ambers all over our blankets, and we covered up the kids. It was crazy.
Was it like Kevin said? Was it the problem was the stage collapsed and caused the fires to go off, or was there a malfunction?
You know, that's what I heard. That's what we heard later on in the news the next day.
So there were 8,000 to 10,000 people there that were watching. That were all pretty much.
Oh, it was packed. It was packed. It was a huge festivity all day long. You know, jumpers for the kids. There was a bunch of kids, and then it was just widespread panic after that happened. Everyone's running, and it was crazy.
I got to be honest, as long as you're not hurt, widespread panic means you're having a good time.
See?
Well,
you know what I mean? As long as you're not hurt.
I would disagree.
But I'm saying you didn't get hurt, Ralph.
But other people did, Kevin. How can you take joy in that day if other people are getting hurt?
Because
because it's not you, it's okay?
It's not a party until there's widespread panic.
See, I would disagree. I would think the absence of panic would actually define a party, in my opinion.
All right.
Here's the thing about fireworks, too. I heard a lot of people talking about this. A ton of people watched fireworks this year on television, which just blows my mind.
What?
Macy's in New York had a
boring, right, Doug?
Macy's had a massive New York display, apparently, that Usher designed or whatever, and they built a real big TV special around it. And the culmination, the climax of the special was watching the fireworks from New York.
Who wants to watch that on TV?
3 hours delayed over the skyline was watching fireworks. I said, who watches fireworks on television? How can you appreciate
Doug
that?
almost got killed and would rather be out there.
Doug was in the
line of fire.
He was in the trenches. That's fireworks right there. It's not fireworks
Hey,
until you put your own life in danger.
I'll be closer next year.
You're
Good
a great
man.
American.
Bring your
Doug.
asbestos.
1-800-520-1067. Something went terribly wrong with your fireworks, especially if it was you.
So
especially if it was your fault.
Could be anything at a 4th of July
4th of July party,
Maybe you
right?
fell into the barbecue.
Sure.
Maybe
got in a fight, got arrested.
Maybe you ended up nude somewhere that you shouldn't have been.
A lot of problems could happen at a 4th of July party. We'll take your calls next.
I really don't like any of them. The Kevin and Bean Show. How can you say that, bro? So maybe they're not politically correct, but it's funny. KROQ.
Talking about 4th of July disasters, it seems like the more you put into an actual day, if it's going to be a big, big day, the more you put into it, the more that can go wrong.
Yeah, our listener, Esther, posted on our Facebook page, on the Kevin and Bean Facebook page, I got hit in the boob with an illegal rocket that fell from the sky.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that killed the evening for me, she writes. So, thanks for participating,
Whoever
Esther.
set that one off had no idea.
You don't want to hurt a boob with a
You
firework.
don't. You want to protect the boobs.
Unless it's on fire and then you get to pat it out.
Let's talk to Ryan, who has 4th of July story gone wrong. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, how you doing?
Very good,
Hi,
thank
Lisa.
you.
Hello.
What happened?
So in a drunken night, obviously, we had mortars, and I thought it would be funny or fun to put it on my head and light it, and it went off the wrong way, and I received 12 staples.
Oh, no.
Wait, the mortar was filled with staples? Wait, that sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, it was
Sounds more like an
staples.
IED. No.
Yeah.
So you're saying you put a mortar. Isn't a mortar the one that you light and you drop in a tube and it shoots up into the air?
Yeah, I did it twice. The first time it went off without a hitch, and the second time I think I put it in upside down. It went down, and I was pouring out blood from my head.
Now, hold on. You strapped the tube to your head in some way?
No, I was holding it out with my hands. Luckily, I didn't lose any fingers.
So you held the tube on top of your head and then put the mortar inside the tube and shot it off your head, but it went the wrong way and went into your skull.
Yeah, I guess.
Please tell me.
Yeah.
Please tell me somebody has a cell phone video of that.
I was hoping so, but I guess when it flew, it shot towards everyone, and the person filming dropped her phone.
Coward.
What a
She's a
rookie.
coward.
Right?
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan.
Ryan, you shouldn't be calling us today. You really shouldn't. You shouldn't even be alive.
12 staples.
It proves that Darwin was wrong. That apparently it's not survival of the
I
fittest.
think the alcohol may be the mitigating factor.
There's not
here.
enough alcohol. There's not enough Jack Daniels in Tennessee to make me put a mortar on my head and fire it off.
That does seem like a bad idea. But alcohol is the great, it makes you think every idea is a great idea, doesn't it, if you drink enough?
I don't think so.
Not
that idea.
Let's go to Matt. Hi, Matt.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Matt, did alcohol play into your scenario at all?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, thought so.
So I was drunk and I was walking around the campus next to my apartment, the college I go to, and there was guys lighting off fireworks. So I was like, hey, let's go join them. I was drunk enough. I'm a tall guy. I'm about 6'4", and these things were going about 4 feet high. So I figured, hey, I could start jumping over these things.
Good.
It's funny.
Yeah, that is funny. Because it's funny. That's the alcohol talking.
Jumping over the fireworks did absolutely nothing to me. Totally fine. But then he had these, like, glorified sparklers that were just shooting light. Didn't do anything. I picked one up, figured I'd run around with it. Blows up in my hand. I couldn't hear on my ear for a day.
Oh, my God. You thought it was a dud and it had already been lit?
No, it wasn't a dud. It was just supposed to be like a sparkler. All it did was just shoot out colors. It wasn't supposed to explode or anything, and it went off in my hand. The one that exploded is the one I picked up.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And you couldn't hear for a day?
Yeah, one of my ears.
What happened to your hand?
My hand, actually, really nothing. It just tingled a little bit.
Wow.
So that was safe. You could do that again.
Did your parents find you in a rocket ship in Kansas somewhere?
No, they did not.
Fireworks go off in his hands, and he's fine. Just tickled a little bit. And he put on his cape, and he rescued a cat out of a tree.
It's my favorite part of the show when they have the crazies on.
I know, I feel so guilty for laughing, but it is so funny.
The Kevin and Bean Show on KROQ.
Time for the AFRO line, 323-520-AFRO, 24 hours a day. You can call, leave a message, any topic. Not any topic. Let me take that back.
Mm-hmm. I'm dropping a 2-pound baby brown and thinking about Kevin and Bean.
Gross.
Almost any topic.
Ugh.
To Mexicans, kids are like Lay's potato chips. You can't have just one.
I don't know. Seems kind of weak. You like that?
I kind of do.
All right. Here's a little flashback. I think this call got held up someplace for 15 years.
Hey, I'm driving down the 5 and I was listening to some old podcasts. And can you guys mention again where the Mall of America West is? Because I can't find it.
It's an April Fool's joke about 15 years ago. We made up a Mall of America West. We said it was just off the 5
Best joke ever.
in Anaheim. And boy, did the Anaheim Chamber of Commerce get mad at us. Woo!
Yeah.
Does this work, Lisa?
Lisa.
Kinda.
What if he follows it up with...
Beer, man.
Yeah, I'm in.
Then you're in?
100%. That's my guy.
Here's the Internet Roundup theme.
Click that mouse and open your browser. Pull up your shirt and drop them trousers. We've got sites that need your viewing. Live so hard they will start spewing. Kevin and Bean.
So that's what we usually play. And we've been kind of thinking, maybe it's time for a new theme. Maybe we need to redo that because it's getting a little old.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a version.
First time now, then open your browser. Pull up your shirt and drop them trousers. We've got shots that need your spewing. Live so hard that you'll start spewing. Kevin and Bean. Internet Roundup. Change the theme song.
So that's a no?
I think he likes it. Speaking of puke.
So I've come to the understanding that the puke thing is never going to go away. It is a constant now in the Kevin and Bean universe. With that in mind, can we at least get rid of the, oh, come on, you were fine. Oh, I totally didn't see this coming. Oh, this is terrible acting by Bean or Kevin or both of us.
Both.
Let's just get rid of that.
You're no fun.
The honest truth is the throw-up thing started, and then we all found it funny, and then we started getting tired of it, but Ralph found it funny. So then he would figure out a way to work it in, and then we were genuinely, hoping to get out of it before the throw-up, and then Ralph would be laughing because he'd get into the throw-up, and it was bad acting, but it was also, some of it was real
Some
at
of
the
it
end.
was genuine.
But you're right. Puke is forever. That's true. Lisa, does this work?
Lisa May, I'm 18 years old, but I'm built like a 12-year-old, so come and get it.
I'm going to get back to you on that one.
Built like a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Sam, the Armenian comedian, calls all the time. I mean, all the time.
Hey guys, I didn't die yet. This morning I was blowing my nose. Guess what happened? One of the nerves in my nose got bursted. So it was pouring blood. I had to go to emergency. Fire medics came in. I had to call 911 and all that. So I'm still here.
Okay.
I didn't know about any of that.
If
to
we
be
had
honest.
known you were almost dead, we would have really celebrated. But would you call the paramedics if your nose is bleeding?
No.
I don't think so either.
Put a Kleenex in it.
And can you imagine listening to Sam trying to explain to them what's going on? Oh, good. Oh, good. Sam called back.
I'm sure.
He's the only person that still plays the recorder. Sam?
Hello.
Hello.
When did the great nose disaster happen?
2 weeks ago, I was blowing my nose in the morning, and it just
Right, we got it. And then
came
a
out.
blood vessel burst. We got that. And then you called 911. Did they understand what you were saying?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
I may speak English, but English Oxford style.
You speak English Oxford style?
Yes.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said. Now, Sam, what's this internet radio show that I'm being told about? What is it that you're doing? You have some kind of a project that you're working on?
Yeah, City out of Light. It's Boston. They want me to go there. They love me. They're just raising money now, and I'm asking if you guys can raise money for my trip also.
Wait, if we raise money, you'll leave Los Angeles?
To the Boston, Massachusetts. They want me to go over there, do many shows.
Well, why don't they just pay for it?
They're raising money.
They're
Because
raising.
They are not. It's on. I think it's in the internet radio show.
Well, if it's an internet radio show, why can't you just do it from home?
Good question.
Because the internet is both here and in Boston.
No. I'm going to concert with my band.
Oh, there is an internet radio show that wants you to perform.
Everywhere, yes.
I see. I thought you were talking about moving to Boston so that you could do a full-time internet radio show.
No.
Oh, we're not going to help with that.
Gentlemen, I don't mind telling you, I've never heard a bigger crock of bull crap in my life.
It's the Kevin and Bean Show, the world-famous K-Rock.
So yesterday, my wife says to me, she says, I want to go see a movie. And I says to her, what? Because she picks generally good movies, and I pick bad movies. I like explosions, and I like special effects, and I like loud. And she says, I want to see The Way Back. And I said, never heard of it. Even though
you guys are on the schedule, and we've been talking about it for a week.
That's why I stayed silent for a second.
Even though we did vote on having you guys in for this movie,
Okay.
I said to my wife, I have no idea what that is. And she said it's getting great reviews. And I thought, I make her see a lot of crap. So I'm just going to go with her to whatever this is, this way back. And
BS.
I'll do it.
Yeah. I love.
It's implied.
Yeah, the ellipses felt horrible in there.
Look, you gotta-
End of that sentence sounded like, wow, it's really going
Because
there.
it's not wide. It's not open wide yet. So we had to drive down to Hollywood. And I was like,
dear
right, let's
God.
go.
Hollywood.
So far.
Watch The Way Back, starring Steve Carell and Toni Collette and Allison Janney and Sam Rockwell. And
What a crappy cast. No wonder you were
I
so
didn't know
worried.
any of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. It was really great.
Oh, thank you.
It was a
Thank you.
very, very good movie.
Thank
and
you.
I'd never admitted that to my wife, of course, but what a great movie that was. Tell me about, you guys are the ones that made it, right?
Yeah,
believe it or not.
Yeah.
Jim Rash, Nat
Kind
Faxon.
of getting a track record going
Yeah,
here.
you are.
Well, we're trying. We're doing what we can, despite what we're working with.
Yeah.
Which one of you? Where did this come from? One of your pasts? One of your backgrounds?
It's a little bit of a few things, but yes, the very first scene of the movie, and for those who've at least seen the trailer, you get a hint of it. Steve Carell's character in the trailer in the very beginning of the movie asked our lead, Liam James, who plays Duncan, 14-year-old boy, what he thinks he is on a scale from 1 to 10.
And by the way, let me just interject here and say, don't answer that.
Yeah,
that
shouldn't have
if
to.
ever.
Yes,
that question is a setup for failing.
I know. If someone asks you, they're probably going to go
Where
low.
are you on 1 to 10? Yeah, I would say 12 just to get out of actually answering it.
Yeah. And so he does. The kid says 6, and then he says, "You're a 3 to me." And I'm
Steve
explaining
Carell,
why.
who,
Steve
by the
Carell.
way, he plays a dick.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah, he's it's very against type for him.
Yes.
I think people will be very impressed and shocked at the same time. But that conversation happened to me when I was 14.
Really?
Yeah, in a
Somebody's-
station wagon. In a station
You couldn't
wagon,
escape.
because that's where bad conversations happen, I
True.
guess. But in station wagon, I was 14 on the way to our summer vacation with my stepfather at the time, and we had that sort of verbatim moment. And
Did you say 6? Because really,
Yes.
I know. I still can't believe he went as high as 6.
no. I
That's
think
what
it
shocks
fair.
me.
No,
That's
but
absolutely fair.
I'm thinking that you're undershooting a bit because you want to think of yourself as a 7 or 8, but you're not going to be cocky, so you come in at 6.
I don't know. My 14-year-old brain just said this seems like
It's a
not
trap.
Too, it's like it's a nice place to be. I'm just above average, but I'm not too
But
too
still
cocky yet.
sort of
Yeah.
average.
Yeah.
He said no.
Come on. Yeah.
On the upper end of average.
Upper end of average, and maybe I thought of a bunch of people in my high school and tried
Right.
to just place myself, or junior high.
And your stepdad said 3?
Yeah, he said I was a 3.
Holy crap.
And he went on to explain pretty much what Carell's sort of character says is that we went to this same place. I'm from North Carolina. We would always go up to Michigan every summer to the lake. And he'd say, there's so many opportunities at the lake, and there are kids and all these things, and you hang around the lake house. That kind of speech is what I got after that, which is close to what...
You still haven't totally learned that lesson.
No. I stay in my house. I'm afraid of water. So I'm climbing that scale. But that coupled with the fact that we both grew up on the East Coast and we had those sort of destination vacations where we went to the same place every year with that community of people.
And everybody seems miserable.
Yeah.
Everybody except for Allison Janney's character, who's basically drunk when we
Well,
meet her.
she's got some libations. She's coping.
She's drinking away her problems.
Yeah.
She's thrilled, but everybody around her is not quite as thrilled as she is.
But those things all sort of came together to create the idea for the screenplay.
Now, how do you get this cast of characters? How do you get Steve Carell? Do you just show it to him and say, do you think you'd like it?
It's so easy now. That's all you have to do in
That's it?
Hollywood
Yeah.
is knock on their door and then show them the script.
They don't even read it. They just look at the outside of it and go,
That's
looks
right.
legit.
Yeah.
You just
Steve-O, what's up,
What's
bud?
up, buddy?
No, because Steve Carell could do anything.
Yes.
And this is a pretty low-profile movie as far as I know. I pay attention to trailers and stuff like that. Clearly not enough.
Yeah.
But it's not, doesn't have the push of a Lone Ranger or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we had written this script 8 years ago, and it went through the sort of classic ups and downs of almost happening and not happening. And then a few years ago, we got the script back in our hands, and it was at that point we decided to direct it, and we sort of sat down and with our producer Kevin Walsh, and we just said, let's go after the people that we kind of always have admired and loved, and who are very good people in general, and we just wrote letters.
Isn't that where it usually ends, though? I mean, usually
Yes.
don't you then try and contact somebody who tries and contacts?
Yes, and it doesn't work.
Right.
And you go through, you sort of have, we did a dual approach where you go through their people,
Right.
and then we also wrote personal letters and really tried to get any way in. And we wrote a very, long letter to Carell, and he actually wrote a really nice letter back to us saying that while he loved the script and loved the material, he that was the time he sort of goes on vacation with his family, and he didn't want to, be away from them. And then we tried to write another nice letter back and said, what if we shot near where you vacation? And that was enough to get him to do it. Yeah,
and we should say that these were handwritten with a wax seal.
Yeah.
I mean, this was old school.
And really good card stuff.
Calligraphy?
I mean,
This
literally...
was calligraphy, yes, with a quill pen. I mean, this was old school.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, Grell did the exact same thing. So.
I love that.
I love that you just said no social media for this campaign.
But having the Descendants in your back pocket is a
helps.
nice calling card now.
No, we took a picture of the Oscar and sent it with the
Excellent.
letter.
Hanging around your neck.
That was a Polaroid.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Again,
Just
old
in case
school.
you didn't know
Old
who
school.
we were.
It was actually a disc camera. If you remember those.
Don't.
I just dated myself.
That's embarrassing.
Now, was Steve Carell the first on, or did you have a bunch of other people involved?
Carell was actually the last piece.
The last piece?
The very first piece, I think we knew, or we know, and knew Allison Janney in Social Circles, and we sort of wrote the part of Betty with her in mind. So I guess she was probably first. Anna Sophia Robb was someone we had sort of over our little 8-year journey already been speaking about, and then Sam Rockwell, and then it's just sort of one
Sam
of those
Rockwell
things.
is
He's fantastic.
genius.
Yeah.
Why is he not the biggest movie star in the world?
He very well should be, and it's like, hopefully, I mean, he can do no wrong, and he
plays
also
the
is
manager of this water park, and he's just genius.
He is
He's
great
just
in everything.
funny and self-deprecating, and everything he says is the way he talks is the way you wish you could talk.
Yes,
You
yes,
know?
he very charismatic, and he is in person. I mean, you think he plays all these sort of villains and sort of interesting, sort of off-kilter characters, and this guy is a little bit more like a Bill Murray and Meatballs type, sort of fast-paced. Extrovert, charismatic, and all these things. And he's very much, very approachable in person and loving, and it just feels like that type of guy that you're just like, oh, I think we're friends already. Like he's very. Are we best friends? Yeah, please.
I didn't realize we were friends yet, but I guess we already are.
But we already are.
No, but I think that getting those people, Allison and Sam, and then it almost feeds itself in a way, because I think people want to work with great actors, and so
and then they say who's directing.
Yeah, and then they take off.
That's where the bottom fell out.
And then do you lie?
yes.
That's where the bottom fell out. And we said, actually, it's going to be Spielberg, Alexander Payne. We just
they all want to work together,
and us.
In theory,
it's called The Way Back. If you haven't heard of it, please look up the trailer. It's fantastic. It opened in.
This weekend and just
this past weekend in limited
cities,
release,
yes.
right?
And then there'll be 13 more this weekend.
Fantastic. It's a great movie and a great summer movie, and it's good for the whole family.
Yeah.
It's hard to find movies like that. We'll be right back. We have Jim Rash and Nat Faxon in the studios. We'll be right back.
It's Kevin and Bean on KROQ. Introducing rock and roll.
Jim Rash is with us. Nat Faxon is with us. The name of the movie is The Way Back. What's it like to start a? How much was the budget? Can we talk about? Can we talk about the
under
business?
$5 million.
Just under $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about the Lone Ranger earlier today, which is over $200 million.
I believe so.
What's the process with a $5 million movie? Is it everything cut down to the minimum, or
it really comes? Well, one of the big things is coming down to how many days you have to shoot, because each day has obviously got a monetary value. So we
shoot this in an hour and a half?
This was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So
it's a one act play.
Just if you, it's $1 million every 20 minutes. I'm not quite sure. And my math just went terrible, but quick math. But we shot this in 24 days, and we ended up actually dipping into our own pocket to buy a 25th day, just so we can finish our movie.
Because that'd be a bummer.
This would
Otherwise,
be a huge bummer.
Not finished.
Sorry, guys. But it does. I mean, obviously, it's the pressure, time.
Do you have to talk the actors and actresses into? Steve Carell doesn't get Steve Carell money.
No. They know that, too.
Are they cool with that? Like, what's the...
Yeah, I mean, I think it's because it's a departure for them. It's a chance for them to maybe, like Carell and even Sam Rockwell, to play different characters. And I think that they go into it knowing sort of that this is going to be a collaboration and a creative thing. And the deals are structured sort of in the sense of, we can't pay you what you normally would get up front, but in success, we can get creative on the back end.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And so, it's,
you don't get a trailer, but we do have an outhouse.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of
exactly.
Or
we
you
all
get-
share.
What do you mean by the back
Or you
end?
get an outhouse,
That's the back
and if
end,
it
right.
does well, we'll take you to a pool house.
Good.
It's like one of those things.
I like it. We'll step it up as it goes. Who plays the 14-year-old boy? He's great.
Oh, it's
this kid Liam James, who flew himself down from Vancouver to audition for us, and there was obviously anxiety and trepidation going into casting the part because he is on every single page and in every frame of the movie.
He's the kid who the story's about.
Yeah, and you sort of think like you hear those stories of other like kid actors in movies, and they're like, we found him in a mall in Iowa, and we just knew he was the kid.
Working at hot dog on a stick.
Yeah, exactly. So we didn't have the luxury of doing that. So we had a casting session in L.A., and he flew himself down and just was the kid. I mean, he came in, and a lot of kids come in and they're very polished and rehearsed, and so they come in and they sort of have 3 names and they own the room,
Right.
And he,
I like that they have to have 3 names. Hi, I'm Dallas, Washington based.
they do. Why do they always do?
And he went with the city and state, or a possible city.
But this character is just uncomfortable and seething, angry, but doesn't really let it out much.
Well, that's what 14-year-old boys. I mean, the only emotion you really have at that moment, or that you understand, is anger.
Yeah.
So everything sort of comes out that way, at least as I remember.
Especially if mom's dating a dick.
Yes. Especially if there's obviously a lot of themes about blended families and it's children. There are a number of characters in this who are dealing with new parents, parents of divorce, and so that's sort of a running theme with a lot of the characters here in transition and stuff. So,
how'd you feel about opening a $5 million movie over the 4th of July weekend?
Oh, what is that level of stress we were at?
Let's see. We're going up against Despicable Me.
Yeah.
And The Lone Ranger.
Yeah. And amid also there was another other small movies debuting, I think, as well. So it was.
Did you say? Did you call the studio and go, what? Are you giving up?
I think we just.
They wouldn't.
Are you giving up?
Have you quit on us?
No, I think Fox Searchlight, this is sort of they just know this game in the sense that they know how to slowly showcase a movie and have a slow build, because it's like 8 cities, and we'll add some more each weekend, and we'll be wide by July 26th.
Okay, so you'll be wide by the end of this month.
By the end of this
So you
month.
get to have word of mouth.
Yes.
It starts to build.
Yeah,
And
and
for
I
a
think-
movie like yours, that makes a lot of sense.
It does,
Yeah.
and I think that counter programming is what they're sort of going. They're going for is people that may get tired of seeing these huge smash up. Not you, of course.
No, we get it. But also, Nat and I play small parts in it, and we're an acquired taste. So it's great. It's great to allow, just a little smidget, because you don't want to throw our faces out there too fast and turn them off.
Now you guys are doing a Q&A session, I see, after some of the screenings.
We're going to we did some in New York over opening weekend, and we're going to do some in LA this weekend. So
Friday at the AMC Century City after the 5 p.m. showing, and then the Landmark in Westwood after the 7 p.m. showing, and then Saturday the ArcLight Sherman Oaks after the 5 p.m. showing, and the ArcLight Hollywood after the 7 p.m. showing.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You get to ask the guys who wrote it and directed it.
Yeah, it's
all
fun
about
to
it.
do. It's great to sort of get out there and sort of, again, we did a whole month of this, where we took the movie around to different cities and did screenings and did Q&As, and it was a great way just to sort of create word of mouth.
Is it a bummer to hear someone like me say that I'm not aware of it?
I'll be honest with you. I was
Yes.
I've never.
Sorry, I just wanted to step
Because
in.
we booked you on the show?
Just because I'm livid right now and I'm barely holding on.
Yeah, I was going to say it was
I don't mean that to be insulting. I'm just
No.
saying it's tough to get your message through.
Yeah,
It is. And I think that's what, why we have so much trust and faith in Fox Searchlight, because they do know how to sort of create this swell and this word of mouth. And I think that's how this movie will succeed, is that people seeing it and being surprised by it maybe, and then telling friends to go see it. That's the hope.
Well, I tweeted a trailer to it, and I'd like everybody else to retweet that.
Nice.
Just to
Great.
get the word out, because this is a really great movie.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank
And
you
it
so much.
seems like it's starting under the wire because it's such a small budget thing, but it's better than most big budget movies.
Thank you.
For the whole family as well. So Jim Rash, Nat Faxon, thank you much for coming in. We appreciate
Yes,
the
thanks
time.
for having us.
Absolutely. Thank
bet.
you.
And best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Kevin and Bean Show on KROQ. KROQ.
Former Dodger Manny Ramirez, who has been traveling the world lately. He seems to play about a month each location and then moves on. I don't know what's happening with that, but he was playing in Taiwan for a while.
Okay.
Now he has signed with the Texas Rangers, their AAA club.
Really?
So I guess if you do well enough there, they move you up, and he's hoping to get back to the major leagues. We thought it would be a good time to check in with Manny Ramirez. Hey, Manny, how are you?
All right, Manny Ramirez. I love his home runs. I'm a big fan of everybody. All right. I have a horn.
Yes, you do.
Now, Manny, so you're back in the United States.
Nope.
Are you playing for the Texas Rangers?
What? I love Chuck Norris. Walker, Texas Ranger, used to come on TV. I watched Walker, Texas Ranger. Chuck Norris go around town.
You're playing for the Texas Rangers, the AAA club.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes.
I eat my boogers.
Oh, God.
I love it. Sometimes I sit there and just look at my booger. I say, where'd you come from, my friend?
Look, people
so big. Manny Ramirez don't remember putting anything in my nose, but big booger come out. All right, I have a horn.
Manny, people are trying to eat right now. Maybe less of that
I'm
talk.
trying to eat my boogers.
Okay, we got that.
Okay.
We got that.
Hey,
Now-
Lisa May.
Yes.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I think I'm already grown up.
All right. I want to be James Vanderbeek.
I don't
You want to
think
be James
can.
Vanderbeek?
That's right. I love Dawson's Creek. I don't want to wait for my life to be over. Hey, Joey. Hey, Dawson. Dawson, why your head so big? I don't know. Why you marry Scientologists who gay? All right. There's my horn. Who's playing my horn? Who's that?
Manny.
Is that Beer Mug? Hey, Beer Mug.
Hey, Manny.
I love Beer Mug. Beer Mug.
Hey.
Do you like bananas, Beer Mug?
Yeah, I'll eat them sometimes.
Oh, you know when banana get old, it turn brown.
Yeah, that's when they're bad. You don't eat them then.
Old banana look like Manny's pee-pee.
Oh,
God.
It's long, it's brown.
Come on.
It's brown, it's true. Hey, pretty lady.
Yes.
You want my banana?
No, thank you.
Open wide.
Good.
All right. All right. Hooray.
So, Manny, no thoughts on the baseball career, huh?
Huh?
Are you still playing baseball? Is this report accurate?
There's 2 shotguns and a box of Kung Pao shrimp in my trunk.
Why do you
know
have
what
2
you're
shotguns in your trunk?
Oh, it's a long story, but sometimes I dress up my wife in a bear suit and she pushed me on a swing set. I love my swings. Hooray. Man, I have swings. Man, I have a horn.
All right, Manny. I don't feel like we're getting anywhere with this conversation.
All right. Kill Whitey.
You're not doing good so far. So far, the Kevin and Bean Show. You're not doing good on KROQ. KROQ.
We welcome to the studios of KROQ Anthony Jeselnik. Hey, Anthony, how are you?
Great, guys. Thanks for having me back.
How long have you been here?
And I think
Like
a little over an hour.
Over an hour?
I got here early. Yeah.
Why? Did you have the wrong time?
No, I had the right time.
Okay.
My publicist, I think, is insane.
Okay.
And booked a car to pick me up like an hour and a half before I was supposed to be here. And I thought they must know something I don't.
From where? From Hollywood?
I live at about Hollywood and Vine-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. I got here about
That's
15
10 minutes away.
Yeah, literally 10 minutes away. And I've just been sitting here cursing my publicist.
Getting mad.
Now publicly.
Well, that sort of sucks, but what are you going to do?
Nothing.
You either have to be really early or really late in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So season 2 comes back tomorrow night.
Yeah.
How great is that?
I'm very excited about that.
When did you find out?
I found out, I think it was funny, they kind of like dangled it and then took it away.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and then they brought it back. It was, we kind of knew we were going to come back. It was a question of when. So we were waiting on that, and then I got in some trouble with them, with Comedy Central, and then it was like, am I going to get a season 2? And then
Can you tell us what trouble you got in?
I tweeted a joke about the Boston Marathon.
Oh, yeah.
The day of the Boston Marathon.
The
That's
day
kind
of.
my thing. Yeah. That's kind of my thing.
Right, they know that. That your show is called
Yeah.
Offensive. Offensive is in the title of your show.
Yeah, and I thought, too, I was like, it's Twitter. It's my Twitter. It's not Comedy Central. They can't get mad. And
you're so wrong about that.
They got mad.
Yeah.
They got really mad.
Looking back on it, would you have done it still the same way? That's kind of you.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Like,
you do pick the most offensive.
Yeah, and
situation.
I thought the joke was pretty defensible. You know, it wasn't like I was being a jerk that day. I was just, let me try to make people laugh on this day. This is what I do. You don't need me to say, here's my thoughts and prayers. You know, that's beyond worthless.
Right.
And I'm a comedian.
Right.
So I did it, and I thought this is okay.
You mind telling us what
And,
it was?
Yeah, not at all, and
Okay.
it's totally airable. I just said, guys, today there are just some lines that should not be crossed, especially the finish line. And because people kept saying like, "Don't cross the line, don't do that,"
Right,
and I thought,
right.
well, this
I'll
is a fun.
tie that in.
This is a fun play on words, and it got bad. It was
And how
bad
did
for a
you
couple
hear
days.
from Comedy Central?
I heard from them almost
Did they
immediately.
call you and say, "What are you doing?"
There was like some emails. No one tells me. They never want to. And Comedy Central, I don't want to sound like I'm bad mouthing them. They let me get away with a
They
ton
do
on
let you
my
get away
show.
with craziness.
Yeah, but they never want to give me notes. they give notes to anyone else they can besides me, and let that person tell me. So I would hear from different people throughout the day.
Do they think you'll respond poorly to their notes?
Oh yeah.
Are they afraid of you?
Yeah, I don't.
Is that what that you did a top 3 things we can't talk about that
Yeah.
they have told me repeatedly?
Yeah, that was a giant FU to Comedy Central.
That's what I
for not
thought,
letting
yeah.
me. Yeah, but I like the people that I work with at Comedy Central. They're great to me. They let me get away with a lot. But I hate authority.
Of course.
And I got into comedy so I would never have a boss. And now I've got a bunch of different bosses, and I'll be like, wait, who's this person giving me a note?
Right.
Oh, they're the what? Like
Right.
I just don't know some people that makes me crazy.
But so it must have made you crazy when they contacted you about your personal Twitter account.
Oh yeah, they made me delete it, which was infuriating.
Made you delete it, and
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah. I was like I can't explain to my crew.
Right.
Hey guys, we might not be able coming back now because I have this tweet. I've got this. I didn't care about the tweet. I was like, this
Right,
is
of
dumb.
course.
But I was mad to be told what to do for sure.
How long did it take you to tweet it and then to delete it? And then how long were you angry afterwards?
Oh, I think it was about 2 hours after it went up that I deleted it, and I am still very angry. I mean, it has not gone away at all.
Well, you do a feature called Defending Your Tweets, and you have celebrities on the panel, and you read tweets to them.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe you should feature yourself on tomorrow night's show.
Well, thought about it, they want things to go away. Like when I went to comment about the trouble I get into, they're like, no, please don't bring this up again.
Oh, trust
it's
me,
just let it go away.
We've run into that
gotten
many times.
So many times, and their answer is always the same, which is they don't trust you to handle it in the right way. So they say never mention it. It never happened.
Yeah. They always want it just to go away.
Yes.
That's all. People just don't want to get bothered anymore. And I don't care if they get letters from people, but we had a couple things in season 1 that there was some blowback, and I was like, this will be great to talk about on the show. And they're like, don't
talk about it.
Don't talk about it. Yeah.
Really?
But in their defense, one time we tried it. I got in trouble with New Zealand. About a sketch. Pretty much the whole country. I think there's only like 100 people who live there.
Right.
But we got in trouble with them, and we were like, "Oh, this is hilarious!" Like it was on all their news things about this sketch we had done. And
So you thought follow-up bit?
yeah, I thought let's make fun of the fact that this whole country's mad at us. And I fought with Comedy Central hard to do it. They were like, we don't want you to do it, but I was like, let me try it, and I'll have a backup just in case.
Okay.
And we needed the backup because people in the crowd were like, "What are you talking about? Why, we don't know that New Zealand's mad at you. Well, we're not mad at you. We're your fans. We don't care about this."
Okay.
So it just didn't make sense.
So it didn't make sense, so you just cut it?
Yeah. Yeah.
How much stuff do you have to cut each week? Because it really is. It has offensive in the name for a reason. I mean, it really is fantastically offensive.
Oh, thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
it's just really.
Thank you so much.
It's really from somebody who does something sort of like that, where we make fun of news, we make fun of public, whatever. They're much stricter on us. We couldn't get away with half the stuff.
Oh,
you get away
absolutely.
with.
I think having offensive in the title really
It
helps us
helps.
get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
For sure. We have to cut stuff every week, but it's mostly for time. It's time, or it wasn't funny enough. By the time it gets to the show, there's only a few things that I've like ad-libbed during the show that they've gotten upset about.
Right.
So
What's
that's
the
rare.
biggest blowback that you got on a feature?
Oh, it must have been the New Zealand thing was pretty crazy.
That was bad?
We did a thing. There was a guy who got eaten by a shark, and like 30 people a year get eaten by sharks.
Right.
So we were like, oh, this will be fun. Let's have like a party where I had like girls dressed up like sharks come out and dance with me, and I got a lap dance from a girl in a shark costume, and then we showed the guy's face at the end, and we're like, let's
In
not,
loving memory?
Let's thank the man who made this all possible. kind of thing. And New Zealand doesn't even get the show, but there was an online clip that Comedy Central put out there, and they saw that and took it to the family.
Oh,
and said, "What do you
that's
think
how
about
it
this?"
works.
Oh,
That's how it works every time.
Yeah.
The people who see it aren't offended, but they take it to somebody who will be offended.
Exactly.
Oh.
So that blew up hard. that blew up hard.
Wow. So season 2 now, are they worried, do you think? Are there more people paying attention to what's going on now?
No, they're not.
Because he's a
really.
loose cannon?
I think they try to reel me in a little bit, but it's tough to do. They just think like the show's a success, but if you maybe became a little more commercial, if you will, like talked more about pop culture than rape and death, then maybe more people would watch the show. But
don't you think? Isn't your sense that that's why people watch it?
Yeah, I think all these notes I've been getting since my first open mic, and I'm here for a reason. So just let me do.
I love
what
it
I
because
want.
I watch doing this job. I watch your show and I think, okay, we wouldn't touch that.
Yeah.
All right, we wouldn't touch that. Okay, the next thing that we wouldn't touch that, and somehow you bring that stuff up and get away with it.
Yeah, I
that's
think
why
it's
it's a great show.
Everything is about that those horrible things, and we're the only show that would touch it, which is the most fun part. For
He has a feature called the funniest. What is it called? The funniest horrible story of the day, or something.
The worst thing of the week.
The best worst thing of the week and the worst thing of the week. It's fantastic. It's called the Jeselnik Offensive. It's on Comedy Central, and it debuts season 2. Which may be his last. We don't know.
Maybe.
Tomorrow night. We'll be right back.
The Kevin and Bean Show. Just not funny. KROQ.
106.7 KROQ is KROQ. You are listening. Hey, Lisa, we're on the air.
Sorry.
We're on the air.
I know.
If you don't mind, let's try and be professional.
I was talking to our guest.
Anthony Jeselnik is here talking about the Jeselnik Offensive. First, we need to congratulate again Cindy Ostelinode.
Are we really trying to be professional?
I don't know. I can't tell how it's spelled, but from Long Beach gets the Disneyland Dream Suite and 4 2-day passes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
How about that? So congratulations. Anthony Jeselnik is in the studio with us. The Jeselnik Offensive is on tomorrow night on Comedy Central. It's on at
10:30.
10:30.
Yeah, after Drunk History.
After Drunk History, which is right up my alley. Any new features this year?
No. Actually, we did a thing called Sacred Cow last season. We're going to do that again, but we're kind of getting more into religion.
Explain sacred cows to people because I love your explanation.
Sacred cow is, when a topic is too sensitive to make a joke about, we make a bunch of jokes about it. We try to get as many as we can.
They don't leave it with just one. They go ahead and pile on.
Like the opening and the premiere tomorrow night, we do our Sacred Cow about necrophilia.
Okay, good.
Which was really fun to do. We got we talked to like a therapist who deals with different kinds of philias, and then a mortician.
Okay.
Who we kind of make fun of a little bit, and we thought we had an actual necrophiliac. We found some guy on a message board who was like, "Yeah, I'll come talk to you, but you have to blur my face. We can't do it."
Like,
and
absolutely.
then we were like, "Yeah, of course, we would love to have an actual necrophiliac." And then he watched clips of the show, and he was like, I think this show's offensive.
What?
And we're like, you're a necrophiliac. Like,
you got told by him that your show's offensive?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It was pretty great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we enjoy that. But we have some more religious segments called "Where's Your God Now?" Where we talk to Satanists.
Good.
And, we've talked to some Muslims.
Okay.
Those bits are coming together.
What could go wrong with that?
Yeah, they were great. They were all
Last season,
fantastic.
you talked to a child abduction specialist while sitting in a ball pit.
Yeah, that was fun.
Like a McDonald's ball pit, which is weird. And you sort of try and walk the line like he's a serious dude.
Yeah, I always tell him, you can get your information out, but I'm a comedy show.
So I'm going to have to try and be entertaining as well. Have you offended those people? Is there stuff he says, I don't want that on?
No, that guy was pretty cool. Most people understand, but there was a guy I talked to, a guy from FAD, Fathers Against Drunk Driving, and I drove him right up the wall. He lost his mind by the end of that.
He doesn't understand going in that's your goal.
He kind of knew, but he just couldn't believe how disrespectful I was, and not in like a morbid way, but just I couldn't keep a straight face with it.
You are a person who you can tell how much you like your own joke by your smile, though.
Yeah,
because really, your worst stuff, you smile right through.
Well, I smile more because the crowd get laughs, and when I'm like, I can't believe these people are laughing at what I just said. That's
because it's horrible.
Yeah,
right.
It's so
you
horrible.
Can't believe they're laughing at what you just said.
Yeah, exactly.
So ironic.
Exactly. I'm like, I understand why I said it. Yeah.
Now, what kind of people do you have lined up for the who's on the panel tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night we got a great one. We got Amy Schumer and Jim Norton.
Love
who are fantastic. We've got a really real murderers row this season. One of my favorites. We're gonna have Dave Attell and Joan Rivers on the same episode.
Rivers, I
which
couldn't
is gonna
hate
be
more.
You don't like Joan Rivers?
Oh, I hate her.
Oh, love her.
Oh.
She's a legend. She's a legend.
But you love her for the same reason I hate her. I think
Let's-
she's a legend. She's She's never been funny in my lifetime.
Really? Have you ever seen her live?
No.
See, I think that's what. Did you see the
It's all the
documentary?
red carpet BS and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I
don't
didn't
care.
see the.
I don't care about the red carpet. That stuff. Why would
But
you
she's-
ever enjoy that?
No. It's the opposite. Is that I would watch it because I hated her so much.
Okay.
You know.
Gotcha.
So you're going to have her on as a guest.
Yeah, as a stand-up. She's edgy, man. She makes me look like. Trying to think of the least. I don't even know.
Jay Leno.
Edgy. Not even Leno. I would say he makes me look like Carson Daly. Take it one step further.
There's no possible way she could do that. You haven't already shot it yet.
The
Do you
episode
shoot
Joan?
these?
No.
When do you shoot the show?
We shoot. We shoot like the Thursday before, and it airs Tuesday. So we just shot the Amy and Jim one. We shoot with Kumail Nanjiani and David Koechner. This
Camille was the guy you had on last year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he was great.
We had a lot
I
of
started
repeat
following him on
guests, people
Twitter because of your defend your
he's
tweet.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Why don't you stab me in the penis with a fork was one of his tweets. So, all right. I'll have to follow that guy.
Yeah.
Now, has that ever gone wrong? Defend your tweets.
Defending your tweets.
I mean, most of these people, they're comedians. They are friends.
Yeah.
They know, of course, what they're getting into.
I've had people.
Do you give them a
request-
heads up?
A little bit. I'm like, here's the joke we're going to use for you, just to kind of write something. But sometimes that goes wrong, where they're like, no. I don't want to defend this. I don't. This is old or it's out of context.
I see.
That's the point. Like, shut up. Just use the tweet we gave you. Yeah, that gets annoying.
Who fought you on it? Can you give us any names?
I know Amy did. I know Amy
She
had a
did.
problem with some tweets. She's like, it's too old. Let's do something else.
That's
but
weird.
It's rare. It's more like
She's super
when you
funny.
she's great, high maintenance, but great. Yeah, sometimes if you just give them the option, if you're like, hey, would you like to come in? Would you like to be on a panel with Jim Norton, or would you like to be with someone else? And
I see.
And then they're like, I'd like maybe someone else. Maybe I want my friend, and I won't come on if I don't get my friend. But it's just because you gave them that
I
freedom.
gotcha.
Oh, right.
So
you don't give them that freedom.
No, you got to treat them all like animals.
You learned that the
Yeah.
first season.
Exactly.
How much editing is there? Because there's a lot of pressure in that panel situation. There's a lot of pressure where it seems like you're ad-libbing one right after another, and it's pretty high quality stuff.
Totally. I mean, we call it killing babies. Like, where did this joke on? Like, we had to kill some babies. Like, the things that we loved, but we had to take it out just for time.
Oh, I see.
right.
Because everyone's got kind of jokes written already, maybe in the beginning, and then but the good stuff is when we just start riffing.
When you start
afterwards
riffing, yeah, and ad-libbing off
tagging.
something else.
Yeah, you always have to have stuff that you take out, and you're like, I can't believe we're losing this, but it's just for time. But there's a lot of editing to be done, just because we tape for so long.
Yeah.
How long do you tape for a half-hour episode?
About an hour, maybe a little over an hour, and most of that's the beginning. But once we get into panel, people you just want to be friends, hanging out, enjoying yourselves.
That's what's fun
that
about
comes
it.
across. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, tomorrow night at 10:30 on Comedy Central is the Jeselnik Offensive. Watch it. You will be offended, but that's the point. So keep it
Just
to
know
yourself.
that going in.
Right.
Yeah.
Just keep it to yourself and enjoy because it's one of the best TV shows on. Anthony Jeselnik, thanks for coming in 2 hours ago.
Absolutely, guys.
We appreciate it. Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Bitter, predictable, whining disc jockeys. It's Kevin and Bean on KROQ.
All right, it is Monday. Let's take a look at the top 10 movies at the box office as we do every Monday morning. Despicable Me 2, just crushing the competition. $83 million just for the weekend. If you factor in the long holiday Wednesday and Thursday screenings as well, $140 million. Not too shabby. Lone Ranger, however, surprising everyone with how poorly it's doing at the box office, made about $30 million this weekend. The Heat was third, Monsters University and World War Z was fifth. Then White House Down, only making $13.5 million. That was good enough to make it number 6. Man of Steel, Kevin Hart's new comedy concert film, Let Me Explain, was 8th. This Is the End, and Now You See Me, rounding out the top 10 at the box office this weekend. We're doing a lot of Comic-Con talk today. I was very excited because I'll be giving out passes to see one day of Comic-Con.
Right now?
Not right now, no. But all week long. So make sure you tune in for the Showbiz Beats because I will be giving out those passes. Amazing, exciting news about Comic-Con. For the first time ever, as you can imagine, at Comic-Con, because you don't necessarily put the two together, Metallica performing at Comic-Con this year.
What?
How do you like me now?
Metallica.
Metallica will be at Comic-Con. A very special live performance by the band at a secret, super-duper secret location. An intimate, private concert in San Diego.
Is this one of those parties that you have to be invited to?
No, this is a concert event that they will be providing an opportunity to win tickets and learn the
I see.
location of where Metallica will be playing the same day as their Hall H panel that they're doing for their brand new motion picture, Metallica Through the Never, their new 3D feature film that they've made. So they're there to promote that. And they also will be providing you information on how you can get your tickets and what the location will be for the super secret location show in San Diego. So this is all happening Friday of the 4-day Comic-Con, Friday, July the 19th in Hall H at 6:30 p.m. is when the band will be doing their panel, and then you'll get more information about the show and how to get tickets at that. So
Will Glenda be there?
If you're a fan of Metallica, you want to be at that panel.
Glenda's a big Metallica
Oh,
fan.
she can't get enough.
Loves it.
She's always showing her cans there, too. She's in the front row with her Metallica t-shirt. Wow! Just letting those puppies loose. Have you been following the controversy over there at Big Brother on CBS?
No.
Something about a racist. That's
Yes.
all I know.
Yes, Lisa. It's been disgusting, even more so than usual.
Really?
Over there in the Big Brother house.
Yeah.
Several of the Big Brother house guests have been outed, for lack of a better word, for their racist and homophobic comments.
Outed meaning people are aware of it, or they got kicked out of the house?
No, just outed in terms of their behavior. It's
Okay.
been a big story in the news about, for example, this college student, Erin Grease. She is a model and college student.
Yes.
Just saying really disturbing things, like telling housemate Helen Kim, who is of Korean descent, "Go make some rice," she says to her. Then later jokes to another housemate about, "I probably look like a squinty Asian right now," she says. Then more Asian slams by doing a character from an Asian nail salon in an affected voice, saying, "Why you have no boyfriend is because you don't want long nail." And other housemates, Gina Marie Zimmerman, said about Candace Stewart, an African-American housemate, "She's on the dark side because she's already dark."
These aren't even good.
No, they're just horrible, hateful things.
Oh, here we go. It's on. Race war.
A third house
Race war's
guest.
on, everybody.
No, it's not.
It's
It's
going
not
down.
really,
It's going down. Race war. Come on. Race war.
Spencer Clausen, a third house guest in the house, called one fellow player who is a homosexual Kermit the F-A-G, the slur word for gay.
Sure.
And Spencer also, in a separate conversation, praised Hitler as a gifted speaker.
Oh, my God.
So this is the quality of house guest you have in Big Brother this season. So CBS, of course, naturally embarrassed by the behavior, just shocked and dismayed, I'm sure, that they have people like that living in the Big Brother house. Aired an episode highlighting the best of the racist and homophobic comments made in the Big Brother house last night.
Really?
And God Bless You America won the night in the ratings for airing montages of all the homophobic and racist comments made by the contestants. USA! Yeah. USA! Yes, we've come a long way. America. I hate people who are like that. I just, it's on television. Oh, let me see what they say. Oh, look at, they're making fun of those people. Yeah, it's just a horrible thing on every level.
I can't believe that show's still on.
Winner for the night, yeah. Apparently did very well for itself. Explain. Someone explain to me.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't want to see those douchebags behaving like that. The good news is a lot of them are losing their jobs and stuff, which is nice.
That's good.
The one girl who's with the horrible Asian comment, she was dropped by her modeling agency. Another woman lost her job, and the guy who thinks Hitler was a gifted speaker, he's well on his way to losing his job as a railroad conductor for Union Pacific.
Did they think people wouldn't be paying attention to this?
Well,
it is
it's
Big
not
Brother.
like there's cameras around them 24 hours a day. How would anyone find out they would say those things?
Nice job, dumbass.
Nice job, dumbass, indeed. Kris Jenner's new talk show hasn't even started yet, and already people are saying it's a failure. According to Star Magazine, she's ticking off her entire staff by acting like a diva.
Oh, come on.
Shock.
There can't be anyone surprised at that.
And her bosses, the producers, aren't too happy about the upcoming shows either because apparently she's got a weak guest list. Not like a week of guests, but a week as in not strong guest list. And no one wants to come on her show and talk to her.
I mean,
why would you want to have a conversation with that woman?
You wouldn't.
Kanye West, her potential son-in-law, I guess, was requested to be the guest on her first episode, and according to sources, he politely declined.
I'd like to know what he really said instead of the politely declined.
Something about croissants, if I'm not mistaken. He was asking if they would have them, and then she said no. Hey, to celebrate the 4th of July, did everybody tune in to watch Neil Diamond perform his new Freedom song?
No. I missed it.
What kind of Americans are you?
When and where would that have happened?
Neil
That
Diamond
badness?
wrote a brand new song for Boston because, of course, he's very attached to that city at Fenway Park. They play Sweet Caroline in the 7th inning stretch, and he performed it live after the Boston Marathon bombings there. It was a very cool gesture of him, and he was so moved by his appearance there, he said he was going to write a song specifically for Boston, and then all the profits from that song would be given to charities benefiting Boston and the families of the bombing victims, which is a very nice gesture.
Sure.
With that in mind, he should have written a better song. The Freedom song, subtitle, They'll Never Get Us Down, was finally debuted over the 4th of July holiday weekend. And, well, here's a little taste. You can judge for yourself. This is Mama. No, this is...
Just kill a man.
William Shatner doing Bohemian
Put a
Rhapsody.
gun against his head.
Then what happened?
Pulled my trigger.
You gotta keep going.
Now he's dead.
My favorite part.
Mama.
All right, here's the song.
They'll never take us down, or some may try. We're gonna stand our ground. It's do or die. The freedom that we found can't be denied, and they can never take us down. Oh no, our freedom is wide.
Yeah. That's a terrible song.
Doesn't that make you feel good to be an American? Doesn't it make you feel good to own a rhyming dictionary?
USA! USA! USA!
They'll never take us down.
It sounds like somebody doing a parody of him.
They'll catch a train out of town. They'll wear a wedding gown.
They'll never take us down, though some may try.
What rhymes with down?
We're gonna stand our ground.
Ground. Good.
Do or die. The freedom that we found can't be denied, and they can never take us
Let's go with down again.
Oh no, our freedom is wide.
Never take us down. Although we've gained a few pounds.
It was written by a second grader.
Hey, what was that sound? Man. Well, Dina Lohan, Mother of the Year. She's my nominee. Her daughter, Linda Lohan, is not quite out of rehab yet, but apparently will be very soon.
Is the 90 days
I can't
almost
believe
up?
90 days has gone by that quickly. She will be leaving the facility in Malibu where she's currently receiving treatment, and according to sources, she will move in with her mother, Dina, in Long Island to escape all the attention and paparazzi of Hollywood. So she'll be leaving California once she gets out of rehab. And Dina, the ever-supporting mother, has decided in order to celebrate her daughter's recovery, she's going to throw a giant pool party at their house for all their friends and family.
Oh.
Excellent. Yeah. Oh, I hope there's going to be keg stands.
You know. Is my impression is that both of them are terrible parents.
Yes,
is
but
that
how?
accurate?
But just this is not a complicated equation to figure out, just socially, just in terms of etiquette. If someone gets released from a rehab facility for treatments for drugs and alcohol, the last thing you want to do is put them in a party situation. Even if there's no booze at the events. You know what then? It becomes the elephant in the room. There's no booze at this event.
Right.
Then even you're putting focus on that. You know, it just...
And then she starts thinking, this party sucks because there's no
There's no
booze.
booze, and how do I get booze? And then one domino falls to another. The next thing you know, she's hanging nude from a tree in those gravity inversion boots, performing acts that really should not be performed with the gardener.
Wow, how did we get there?
Well,
I don't know.
that's what everyone's going to ask the next day, Lisa. You know how they got there? Because Dina Lohan threw a pool party for her recovering daughter. Just have her come home, buy her a book, get her a journal, make her a cup of cocoa, and put her in a room with an Afghan and just take a nap. That's how you celebrate coming out of rehab. Just decompress a little bit. You don't need a pool party. You don't need a lot of people.
Yeah.
Madness. All right, today's celebrities were all born on today, July the 8th. Jeffrey Tambor, 69 years old today. Angelica Houston. She used to be on that show Smash. Remember that show?
Nope. Yes,
those were good times.
I like that
Those were
show.
good times, Smash. 62 years old. Actor Kevin Bacon is 55. Bastard won't age. Son of a bitch. Country singer Toby Keith is 53 years old today, celebrating by putting his American boot up somebody's foreign ass. Keyboardist Andy Fletcher of Depeche Mode is 52. Singer Joan Osborne is 51. Actor Billy Crudup. Remember him? Speaking of comic books and Comic-Con, he was Dr. Manhattan in The
Sure,
Watchmen.
right.
He was blue and naked a lot in that film.
Right.
45 years old today. Actor Michael Weatherly, currently on NCIS, is 45 years old as well. Beck's 43. Milo Ventimiglia from Heroes and Rocky Balboa. He is 36 years old. And actress Sophia Bush is 31 years old. I'm Ralph Garman. I walk the showbiz beat.
The Kevin and Bean Show mornings on KROQ. 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 KROQ.
Sounds kind of boring.